All right, all right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kick-Ass Vidcast. I am Oren, and ladies and gentlemen, on this episode, we're going to be talking about the first two episodes of The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. And I'm going to review this as regular Joe because I like I've said before in my previous videos, I have not read the books. So I've just seen the movies and the extended cuts, and I've watched the lore of the books as well, from European lore and Nerd of the Rings. He has a lot of great stuff. Let's talk about these two episodes. I'm not going to spoil anything as a whole, because the show's still going and it's still fresh. So, but before we begin, please like and subscribe, and follow, and write in the comments sections of what you thought of the first two episodes. But in my opinion, it just felt like a generic, basic fantasy show to me. It's strange. It's super strange to me. It's like they're trying not to copy as well. They're trying not to copy. Excuse me. The Peter Jackson films, and it's like they're bordering on the edge of that. It's just strange. I mean, oh my god. It's some shots too were super fast. They were like, like it felt like everything was moving too fast, and then it was so much filler in these two episodes. I was just like, wow, bro. It's crazy. It's insane. I mean, they wasted millions of dollars on this show, and it feels like a CW show. It really does. I mean, the first off, let's talk about this. The first off, the writing is just atrocious. I mean, some of the lines is just like, huh? Like, what? Oh, it's just really bad. And then there are some scenes in the first and second episode, especially in the second episode. Second episode felt more like a huge filler episode, and how they did Elrond, my man, they did him bad. We'll get into that in a second. But in the second episode, it's just filler. There's nothing really important. The only thing that was important to me, in my opinion, it was the meteor man that fell from the sky. The meteor man that fell from the sky. It was it's. I'm pretty sure that's Gandalf. Okay, it is Gandalf. Especially there's a scene where it kind of like harkens back to the Hobbit and to the Fellowship of the Ring. You're gonna see it in episode 2. It's shocking to me. I mean, I was just like, yeah, this dude is Gandalf, and I'm just. It's just it doesn't make sense to me with Gandalf. I mean, Gandalf is like my favorite character in all of the movies, and the way they did it this way, I mean, it's weird. It's like I can't say, I can't say, but it's completely different from the Gandalf in the films. And I know, people are gonna say, "Oh, don't compare it to the films." They're not trying to do the films, but I'm sorry, I have to compare it. I compare it to the films because not only are they great films, but they stay true to the lore. I mean, it's just the way it is. Now, granted, I know there's some things that were taken out, some things that were changed, but I mean, as a regular Joe watching Lord of the Rings, I go by the films, and dude, they missed out so much. And then it's just Gandalf, and then in the first episode, they talk about the mark. They showed that in the trailer, in the preview, the brand. So that's it, and it's just strange, man. It's weird for me. But yeah, that the wizard, the meteor man that fell is definitely Gandalf. And the dude, and also in the second episode, the dude with the long hair who looks like Aragorn. Yeah, Hallbrand, you get it, brand. Yeah, he's definitely Sauron. I mean, there's no way around it. But the first two episodes as a whole, I mean, it's just strange. It was weird to me, guys. I didn't hate it. I wasn't like I wasn't oh fuck this shit like no. I actually, if it wasn't, I would watch this if it wasn't tied to Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean? Like it feels like one of those shows that you're like, I'll watch and I'll see what happens. But the thing is, what makes it really strange and boring to me is it's just the writing. The writing is awful. The 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 shots, the camera, the directing, it's just awful. I mean, not awful. Okay, it's just bland. Like not. What is it? Basic. There you go. Another B. Basic. Um, there were like one or two shots that I was like, ooh, wow, okay, this looks pretty cool. But the rest of it, it was moving fast. It was like cut, like scene, cut, scene, cut. It's just strange, man. Like you felt no. When it comes to the characters, I felt nothing. Nothing. It's just strange, but let me hold on. The cameras, the directing was really bad. They really missed out on Peter Jackson, bro. Like Jeff Bezos, you fucked up, pal. You fucked up big time. I definitely would have sent the script to Peter Jackson, bro. Like straight up, Peter Jackson would have made this show 10 times, no, 100,000 times, fucking better. And you fucked up, bro. So you reap what you sow, and yeah, you're gonna go out of business, buddy. But not out of business, but yeah, you're gonna drop. Now, when it comes to the characters, as I was saying, I felt absolutely nothing. I mean, so far, I'm just like, ugh, God, Galadriel. I mean, I just, they did her dirty, man. They did her bad. I mean, in the films, she was amazing. I mean, she had this aura about her, like this celestial, like this godlike aura and wholesomeness. And her, I know, she just felt compassionate, wholesome, humble, beautiful elf. And in the show, she's none of that. She isn't. She's just. This is like a Prey. This reminds me of Prey. She reminds me of that dumb bitch in Prey, the Indian girl who wants to be a hunter, has no emotions, and she's just like, oh, I want to be hunter, caveman, cave woman syndrome. Yeah, Prey syndrome. This is what I call it. Yeah, Prey syndrome, man. It's really bad. Like I looked at this Galadriel, and I was just like, ugh. Like in the first episode, she's just rude. She's rude. She's obnoxious. She's mean. And yeah, in the first episode, she travels. She goes to find that brand or what it means or some shit like that. And that's another thing. I was zoning out. During these episodes. I mean, it was just bland. You know what it felt like, that vibe. Thor: The Dark World, like that's what it was. It was strange. It was like, it's good to look at sometimes, but then, like, the reason why I like Thor: The Dark World, though, I like it, I think it's better than this though, but I like it because it's my man Thor and it's in the MCU. So, but yeah, it's just that kind of vibe where you're like, oh, ooh. I mean, yeah, like you're not really hooked. You're not like, oh my god, like just, right there. You're not. It's very strange. And Galadriel, I just didn't like her. She travels with her elf companions. It looks like there was a woman there. I mean, I don't know. You can't really tell. They don't really focus on character development here. I mean, it's strange. And when they do, it's the dialogue is just awful. It's like, I was like rolling my eyes. It was like, ugh. Awful. But yeah, she goes with this group of elves, and the elves are such pussies. Like the men here are fucking pussies. Like, it's just, especially Elrond too, man. They did my girl Galadriel dirty, and they did Elrond dirty. They swapped roles in this fucking show, and like books or movies or not, it just doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't feel right. I mean, Elrond is this sensitive, I guess, poet. And it's like, okay, I mean, he can have that, but he could also be a badass too. He's a warrior. That's it. He could be. You can have well-rounded characters in the fucking show. I mean, book and lore wise aside, I mean, it's just strange. And then Galadriel, she's like straight up a bitch, like a straight up bitch. And they're like, oh, Elrond is like, oh, the job is done, this and that. Why are you gonna say that to her? First off, I mean, it's her fucking choice. You don't tell her what the fuck to do. I mean, and then the opposite as well is like Galadriel is like, oh, you have not seen what I have seen, and what, bro? Like, fuck you, bitch. Shut up. Like, you don't talk to Elrond like that, and vice versa. Elrond, you don't talk to Galadriel like that. Like, you have to have respect for one another, and that's what it feels like here. There's no respect for it. Gil-galad, I saw the Gil-galad is the only elf that looks like a fucking elf. I mean, it's weird. Like Elrond's hair, and then Celebrimbor. We see Celebrimbor, and he just shows up in the scene. He just goes, "Oh," that's just so stupid. Yeah, the directing wasn't that good. It was very basic or normal, but yeah, he just shows up, and then they're talking about Elrond. It has been sent to Celebrimbor's place to work on a project that they're working on by Gil-galad. And that's in the second episode, and it's just strange to me. And then in the second episode, Elrond's there, and they're talking, and then Celebrimbor is basically saying, "Oh, yes, this is the hammer." They're looking at the hammer that made the Silmarils, and I was actually pretty upset about that. There was actually some moments like that where they reference like actual great moments, and they have a flashback in the beginning, and it's like, dude, I want more of that. Like, you guys wasted a very good fucking opportunity, and the opportunity was to tell the story of the beginning of the Second Age. I mean, the true Second Age of Morgoth, and the elves, and the War of Wrath, and it's just like so many, when the dragons finally came with the Balrogs and shit, and it's like they skipped all that. It's a real fucking shame. They should have just started there. They should have brought in Morgoth and did that whole story. I would have loved that so much. It would have been cool. My idea of this was if I was to make a real like Lord of the Rings, it would have been Lord of the Rings, the Second Age, and it would start with like a music montage of Aru, or I think it's let me know in the comment section, but Aru creating in the cosmos, creating the songs and the hymns and shit like that, along with the Valinor and Melkor, and then Melkor fighting the Valinor during the First Age, like in the creation that is Middle Earth, and that would have been so great, and then starting the show like right away after that, having the elves come in and having everything, and even having a background to how the elves were how the orcs were created, like how they were tortured. Melkor took the elves and all that shit. They really missed a great opportunity on that. I mean, dude, but they decided to go to something that'll generate the main audience, and bro, Bezos, you fucked up. You're an idiot. Like, straight up, man. Like, dude, with all due respect, I mean, you're an idiot. Like, put your fucking ego aside and fuck the modern audience, okay? You gotta, I don't know. I mean, I guess you can consider myself just a regular mass. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I like this shit. I like the lore that J.R.R. Tolkien made. So just stick with it. I don't know why the fuck you want to change this shit, and it's just strange to me. But so far, it's just an average fantasy show. I mean, it's nothing like the movies, nothing like Game of Thrones before the horrible season. It's just a regular show, and yeah, I'm gonna keep watching. It's not as terrible. It's not bad like She-Hulk. Oh my god, She-Hulk is just. But yeah, it's just it's basic. It feels like a basic fantasy film. Bear McCreary, I'm actually disappointed in him. I mean, I can hear during the two episodes some flex of music that was like, oh, okay. It's just most of the music doesn't feel right. It's strange to me. I don't know. I guess he's doing it for a paycheck. I guess, but I mean, what did you guys think of the first two episodes? Did you guys enjoy it? Are you guys gonna see more of it? I mean, let me know in the comment section. And you guys take care, and you guys please follow and subscribe. All right, peace.